I am here all alone in the turret because I got rid of all of my other traitors. I say, you mess with me, you gotta go. You gotta go. And so I got him out of here. But Alan did tell me. Alan told me that I need to recruit someone and either they accept my recruitment or they die. And I have the perfect candidate. Hello, Jack.
Did you just threaten to kill me?
Absolutely. Either you accept my recruitment and join me during this podcast, or you die. So, what do you say?
I like my internal organs functioning. I think I'm going to just say yes.
Absolutely. Good choice. Good choice.
And I mean, how hard could podcasting be? Did you need to leave me in a dungeon, though? Like, that was a little much.
I mean, I needed you to feel how it feels to be really down in the nitty-gritty of podcasting. It's a lot.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense.
It's hard out here for podcasters, But
we're slowly going off the rails.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your reality thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I was drinking strawberry sunkiss, but I finished it. And it's gone now. And I didn't really need to grab anything else to drink because that'd be too much. But if I was drinking anything else, I would be drinking it out of my cup mug. Panel full of cup mugs, panel full of cup mugs. Beer, 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 beer. Beer, 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 beer. All right.
Good enough. Good enough.
That's good enough. And you know what? You can be like Jack and me, and you can get your own cup mug, or any of our cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. The link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically here in the US, so there are no excuses. And I'm just looking at all y'all, the world, Scotland, US, all y'all. I'm looking at everybody. Get your cup merch. Period. And thank you.
And my name is Jack. I'm the resident game designer of the panel. And, you really shouldn't move a crossbow to try and fire at someone's name in a corner. You should just let them take the shield.
Absolutely. Why not?
I mean, it's really suspicious and it paints you as a perfect traitor. You could have just followed the plan, but no, you had to be different.
Because different is bad. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to agree to that on a recording.
And we are here to talk about Traitors US episode 9. And it was a episode that aired on television, Jack.
It certainly was. I mean, surprise, they kind of drew out the storyline as much as they could when they basically reached the end of it.
Right.
We see we see multiple bad moves from multiple players in this episode, and it ends up in one of their eliminations.
Mm-hmm.
Whose?
We'll find out.
Yeah, we don't know, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. Yeah. So before we get into that, all of that, let me get some business things out of the way. Subscribe to this channel. We appreciate you. I see you out there watching. I see you, new subscribers, and we appreciate you. But we want to see more new subscribers. Subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell because we put out content almost every single day about almost all things reality TV, and we would love to have you as a part of the Cup family. And so join us over here if you are a fan of drag race or anything drag related. We cover all of that content over on our main channel at the Cup Pod, and you can subscribe over there. Hit the notification bell over there because we put out content almost every single day, almost all things drag related. So you want to be a part of that. We got 5 drag shows. We got 5 drag shows happening right now that we're covering. So you want to be a part of that. On this channel, we got new stuff coming up, as well as what we already have. Australian Survivor, Traitors, and then Survivor US is coming out. Amazing Race is coming out. Deal or No Deal Island is coming out. So we got a lot of content coming your way here. But if you're a fan of the Eurovision Song Contest, we got another channel for you there over at the Cup ESC. All things Eurovision happening right now, and Eurovision season is ramping up right as we speak. Content is going on and being created and coming out all the time. So you want to check out that channel as well and hit that notification bell over there and subscribe. And if you want to join our membership content, we do have a membership page on our main channel, The Cup Pod. Join our tea room. Get to know who we are as panelists and awesome some other extra special things that we have planned for you guys that you're going to love. You're going to want to see it. We got some amazing things happening your way. So join our either membership channel here or on our Patreon. That is in our link tree, which is in the description below. So do all the things, check it out. If you want to just give us a little monetary something, something, super thanks at the main channel. Super thanks to that channel. And all the things that you give us, we appreciate. And it goes right back into this podcast to make it everything better and greater for you because we enjoy entertaining you and giving you all the information that we have. So that's it. Do all those things, and we appreciate you. Now that we got that part out of the way, Jack, let's talk about Traitors episode 9 because we come back. We saw where Kate is now in the dungeon because Phaedra has picked Kate to go to the dungeon and to be recruited, and either she is recruited or she is murdered.
Yeah, I did like the nice build up throughout this entire game of Kate being like, God, I wish I could murder people. Like she's done. She walked into the game midway through and is like, they couldn't have made me a traitor. Boring. And finally, she's thrown in a dungeon and basically told, you want to become a traitor?
And she's like, I guess I don't have a choice. And so her and Phaedra go back up to the turret and they have to murder somebody. And let's talk about flashbacks. Remember when Kate came in and was like, man, I wish I could murder somebody. I wish we could murder people. And then she said this one statement, and I was like, oh, girl, okay. She said, I would just murder Kevin because he's annoying.
And guess who gets murdered the moment she's up there? Kevin!
And
Like,
you know what? I'm here for it.
I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her getting that kill immediately. Phaedra let her take the reins because
That's what
God,
Phaedra
did she
does.
need it? She
Phaedra,
did not need extra blood.
no, Phaedra knew she didn't need the extra blood and she didn't need to. But that also kind of frustrated Kate because she was like, you've been a traitor longer than me. Why are you asking me what to do? Like, you should be the one having a plan. She was like, you've been a traitor. You ain't got no plan. And I don't think it's not that Phaedra didn't have a plan. Phaedra just don't want to be the one who gives the plans because she's been doing that since the beginning. She'll let Parvati take the reign. She let Dan take the reign. And what did he get him? Banished.
Dead.
So she was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take the reins. What you want to do, girl? This is you, the new traitor. I'm gonna give you the new blood to kill. Who do you want to kill? And she even went so far, was like, Kevin is the one who thought about, who was talking about the eye twitch thing. So he could be suspicious from, it could be suspicion. It could come back on me. But if that's what you want to do, I'm going to let you take the reign. And she did. And Kate
Yeah.
got her murder. She got Kevin. Everybody showed up at breakfast except Kevin. And they was like, I was so
Oh
nervous though.
no.
I was nervous though because I thought they were going to pick Trishelle. And I was like, oh God, please don't pick Trishelle. She got that shield. Please stop pick Rochelle.
I genuinely thought, I was like, no way does Trishelle get a shield and just like Bergie just bounce it off, and it's like, great, okay, so the game is just fully over and Kate's just gonna be murdered the next round. Like, no, it finally just, no one dies. Well, Kevin dies.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
He did.
already at breakfast, there's a weird tension in the air.
Mm-hmm. And you know who calls out the weird tension? MJ. MJ like, Kate, you all right? And Kate like, yeah, I'm fine. You don't seem all right. Like the light ain't shining on you. It seems weird. And she like, no, I'm fine. And her confession, she's like, shut up, MJ. Like,
I
don't
wish
come
I'd
in.
murdered you instead. Oh my god.
I wish they would have murdered MJ instead. I think that would have been a better move, honestly. But like,
Better move, probably.
but
Would eliminate me from the draft that I'm in. Yes. So I want MJ to get to the end and somehow be
oh,
recruited to the Traitors and win.
you,
That's the end game.
Logan would agree with you on that because MJ is his only hope in Logan. MJ is
Yeah.
their only hope in this in our draft here. So
Yeah.
yeah, um, yeah. I was glad they didn't pick Trishelle, so somebody had to be murdered, and it was Kevin and whatever. But yeah, MJ is kind of like, your light's not, I don't know, something. He's like, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. Good. She's like, oh my God, this is my first breakfast as a trader and I'm already getting called out. This is ridiculous. She was so scared. I was like, girl, relax, calm down, get it together. But then everybody's like, Kevin, no, not Kevin,
Oh
no.
no.
Oh
How
no.
horrible. Anyway,
Anyway, so Alan was like, Peter, get Kevin's picture.
he's one of your lackeys. Deal with him.
Go deal with it, get the
This is
picture.
your fault, basically.
Pretty much. He gets the picture. He was like, oh, Kevin, our dearly departed. We mourn you. No, no. Okay.
Anyway, we're done.
Anyway, he
Let's
throws
get
the
to the
picture.
mission.
He tells them to get ready for the next mission. And yeah, that
Yeah.
that's where we are. We go to the next mission. And they're pulling up in front of the church. And everybody's nervous, like, oh no, not a church. How am I supposed to, how am I supposed to act at a church? It's a church. Like, when's the last time you went to church? It was like, oh, Sunday, but for a funeral. It was just like, okay. But we get into the church and we see the stained glass windows with everybody's name on the stained glass windows, and we see the crossbow. And now, so now we're going to have to shoot the crossbow at these stained glass windows, and the last person remaining will get a shield. But
Every single time you miss a crossbow,
mhm,
it's like 250, which
mhm.
doesn't sound like a lot.
At first, when you miss one, but
But
when you miss 17, yeah, that 250 starts to add up. You're like, ooh.
yeah, it does slowly begin to build up, especially because every single person has to go,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't skip anyone, you can't have one person shooting. Although, funnily enough, the group deploys kind of an interesting strategy during this.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of just concede shields,
Yeah.
which Like they're like, wait, no, okay, so it's easier to actually shoot at one person here, and everyone just leave it where it is, and we just shoot at that one person, then move it slightly, and shoot at the next person, move it slightly, and shoot to the next person. And funnily enough, they started Sheree
Mm-hmm.
and then moved to the right, which no, they moved to the left, which I mean definitely benefits exactly one person.
Mm-hmm.
Trishelle, just
Mm-hmm.
out of nowhere, is suddenly locked to get a shield, almost no matter what. And after a lot of misses, we have the top row and Trishelle.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Phaedra fucks up. Because the strategy here doesn't make it. I don't think Phaedra specifically did it. She didn't specifically say she did it to take the shield away from Trishelle, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just did it because she wanted to.
She did. It was really Sandra who came up with the idea of going for Trishelles because they had gotten to that top row and they still were missing and they kept missing and kept missing. Like they were trying to get CT's and John's for the longest. And after they had got on a roll and they were knocking people's out and it was going the right way, they got up to that top row and they kept missing again. And so Phaedra and Sandra was like, this isn't working. We're losing a lot of money. We need to switch it up. And so Phaedra was like, yeah, we need to go back to where we were hitting it, and which was at this bottom, and was the only one down there was Trishelle at that point. And so it looked like she was trying to just make sure Trishelle didn't get it. But honestly, it was more of a, we are missing at this top. We need the money. And so we don't want to keep shooting at this same spot and just missing. But Trishelle, of course, took it as, you were trying to come for me. You didn't want me to get the shield so you could kill me personally. And I know Phaedra wanted to be like, girl, I don't even think about you like that. But she couldn't say that. But because honestly, she does not live rent free in Phaedra's head at all. But somebody else took offense to that, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it came down to CT and John, who were going to get the shield. And it was crazy because the fact that John was the target for a lot of people at the beginning ended up getting to the end, and it came down to him and CT. But then CT was going up to shoot next, and
He just kind of nails it immediately. It's not even like a hesitation.
yeah, John gets knocked out. CT wins the shield, and that's it.
Yay! I mean, honestly, John, I don't. So here's the thing, I don't think John needs it as
He doesn't.
much here.
No,
There are other people that get murdered before him.
absolutely.
CT would probably be, maybe would be one of those people, although it's unlikely. I'd probably say MJ gets murdered first.
Yeah, yeah. CT
But
would not be one of the first people. Look, neither CT or John actually needed the shield, but yeah, the people who needed the shield is Peter and Trishelle.
yeah,
We want to be honest, but yeah. So CT wins, and they go back to the castle, and it's some conversations in the car that are interesting. Kind of like throwing out ideas about maybe how his Phaedra just seems very traitor like, and it's just things that they can't shake. How this, Trishelle and Peter have a powwow, and they're like, we have to get other people on board with this Phaedra plan. And John is also included into the conversation. They're like, we need to figure out, we need two more people to get on our side. But say Phaedra got four, is very insulated within the group that she's in, that four people will definitely not vote for her. And so we have to get more people. And Trishelle tried with CT earlier in the day before the mission, and he kind of was like, no, I don't really know about that. And so she kind of gave up on him, and she was going to work on uh, MJ. I think was it MJ, and then John was to work on Sandra because apparently Sandra believes everything John says, so that's what they think. But she's going to listen to John, and what John says, she'll, take into consideration. And so Peter's job was to go and get Phaedra away from other people so they can have a conversation about. So Trishelle could go in and have the conversation with MJ and Kate and Sheree and have a conversation about possibly Phaedra being a traitor. And so Peter grabbed Phaedra. They're in there talking. He's trying to like, what can we do? How can I work with you? So and so, doing Peter-like things. And Trishelle is on the other side working on the girls. And she's like, I know y'all won't ever vote for Phaedra. And MJ is like, what do you mean? Like, why would we not? If we feel like she's a traitor, we would vote for her. And she's like, I mean, I'm very open to this conversation at the round table. I'm open to, what's happening. And she was like, well, I'm glad you said that because I really want you to listen to what's happening at the round table, the points that are being brought up, and maybe you'll see how we see, da, da, da. And she's like, yeah, I'm very open, so we'll see. Sheree was looking at her like, I ain't that open, but okay.
Not that open.
Not that open. And Kate, of course, is like, all right, well, we know where y'all minds are set and what you're thinking. Then we see CT having this inner turmoil conversation with himself. He's having a thoughtful conversation with himself. And he's like, is this possible? Could Phaedra actually be a traitor? She would be a good one because what she did at that mission was weird, very traitor-like behaviors to switch it up and go for Trishelle, like she was trying to make sure she didn't get the shield. Seems very traitor-like to me.
And it's based. The worst part of all of this is it's almost entirely circumstantial, where that was never the intent.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I mean, sure, did Phaedra possibly get a better deal out of it? Maybe, but like, I don't think she was like thinking like, yes, I can
Like,
block out.
right.
But
that's how they saw it.
That's how they saw it. And in the game of Traitors, it's all about perception and whatever else you can force onto other people that sounds convincing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we get that CT then goes and finds Trishelle, and he has a conversation with Trishelle, and he's like, I feel like Phaedra might be the traitor because she was purposely trying to get you not to get the shield, and you were one of the people that called her out at the round table the night before. And I think she was trying not to get you so she can murder you or whatever. And Trishelle was like, you see it. You see the light. She was like, so that's what I've been trying to tell you. And he's like, yeah, I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it. I feel like she might be the traitor. Oh, my CT is actually pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
That's pretty good. I think she might be the traitor. And so And she was like, "So are you ready to pull the trigger?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it tonight. We're gonna do it tonight. And they mentioned that Sandra might be a traitor as well. And he's like, "But we won't mention that. We won't talk about that." She was like, "No, no, no, not right now. We won't bring that up right now because we won't bring that up." But I think she might be a traitor. And so Trishelle is like on cloud nine at this point. She's like, "Wee! I got CT. He figured it out. CT's on that side. So that's me, that's Peter, that's CT, that's John. We just need one more person. Hope we can convince people at the round table." And I think we're at the round table, Jack.
Yeah. I mean, there's only a couple there's only like one other real thread brought up, and it's kind of touched upon throughout the whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the way that Peter suddenly, when a trader's about to go out of the game, has just suddenly made deals that like doesn't involve that trader going out. He did it with Dan, he did
Mm-hmm.
it with Parvati, and now he's kind of doing it with Phaedra, with trying to get them both not to be the one that's voted for.
Mm-hmm.
So people's gears start turning and go, have you just been a traitor the whole time and like this has been your excellent strategy?
Right.
It's suddenly all of especially once there was some pretty heavy heat on both Bergie and Kevin going out.
Mm-hmm.
Peter's lost his whole base and people don't trust him anymore. He doesn't have any more power,
Right.
which has now finally opened him up to the game as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we get to the round table, and the conversation starts, and John goes in on this long eloquence uh, uh, monologue. He goes on a just talks about how he sees things, he knows things, he feels things in this game, and he feels like Phaedra has proven herself to be a traitor, and he continues to go on reasons why he feels like Phaedra is this traitor, and it's so very politician speech on the Congress floor or the Parliament floor on his choice, and it's very like a soliloquy of words that he has come up with, and it's a long soliloquy, by the way. And he's like, "This is my reason, and thank you. God save the king." Um, and Phaedra says, "Hmm, well, I'm glad you are not God because you have no place to judge me or send me anywhere." So, and if you could make, she said, "That's was such an eloquent speech, but if you can make it a little bit shorter, we would all appreciate it. Because really, you ain't in Parliament, you ain't got to do all that. You just say you say what's on your mind and move on. Like we appreciate that." And then she convinces Mintz to break down all of the reasons why everything he said was wrong. And she says, "And if you are such the traitor hunter and you want to call people out, why haven't you called out your bromance here in Peter and all the weird things that he's been doing and playing in the game?" He seems to be the one person making deal with traitors, all the traitors. And then they leave, and then it's part of his plan to come out look like the hero after making these deals with these traitors. He did it with Dan. He's now done it with Parvati. So I'm just like, why are we not looking at Peter? And John was just like, and Peter's like, what? And she's like, I just want to make sure, like, if he's going to call out traitors and he wants to be the traitor hunter, then why is Peter's name not in his mouth? Oh, because he's a romance. Got it. Mm. I was like, oh, okay.
Just a small note as to why his name suddenly isn't in contention. You know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so she's like, and so Peter goes on his tirade, and he's just like, why are you doing this? Like, I am, everything I've done is for a reason. I had a reason for all of the things that I've done, all the moves that I've made are a reason. And I'm not a fake, I'm a faithful. So if every move that I made is a faithful move. And he said, I know you mad because I turned down your letter. And she's like, what letter are you talking about? What letter are you even talking about? And he was like, oh, don't play that. Da, da. And here is where we get the most epic line of this episode. And Phaedra was like, before we get there, because she was like, you having these private conversations and pulling people aside in these dark rooms having conversations. And Peter's like, if having conversations with people in the game means I'm a traitor, then Trishelle was like, absolutely, that doesn't make people a traitor. And Phaedra was like, no, what makes you a traitor is that you're having these conversations with people that you know are traitors, and then you still want to have these conversations with them and make deals and things. And he was like, and she said, you tried to make a deal with me. I did not. And she was like, look here. This is not The Bachelor, and I do not have to kiss your ass for a rose. And I was like,
Oh, it's so good to finally have this wonderful conversation that we knew about months ago because of the trailer. And we finally got all of the pieces and it all clicked. And boy, howdy, does it end exactly the way you think it does.
It's like, it was so good. It was so good. It came down to, and it was like, it's going to come down to the two of us. And they were fighting for their place. And it was a good fight. It was a good fight, back and forth and back and forth. And we had some good conversation, good moments. And then Alan was like, talking is over. Talking is done. And so they all write down their votes. And it starts with Phaedra. And no, he starts with Phaedra. It starts with Phaedra. And she was like, I voted for Peter. And Sandra voted for Peter. Peter voted for Phaedra. John voted for Phaedra. Trishelle votes for Phaedra. Kate votes for Peter. CT votes for Phaedra.
The love story.
I know it's breaking
horrible.
Up. Now
you know what? No, it'll be. I'm gonna pray because
we're in the angst phase right now. We're in the angst phase of our love story. We had the honeymoon and the beautiful, now we're in the angst part of it also. It's all right. I still will. I'm still here for a happy ending.
You know what? We can go from enemies to lovers, back to enemies at the very end, but like they're still gonna walk away in hand, and it's gonna be beautiful.
It is. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. Sweet dreams and a beautiful nightmare.
Yeah, weird phrasing.
Weird.
Anyway.
But yeah, it was interesting. Oh, and so then Sheree voted for Peter. And it all comes down to MJ. It was a tie vote here, 4-4 for Peter and Phaedra. And it all comes down to MJ. And MJ votes for...
Who knows?
We don't know.
I have seen full analyses of like the slight bit of white on the tablet. Like everyone immediately wants to know. It is the turning point of the season. Can Phaedra manage to pull it off? Unfortunately, I do not think at this point Phaedra has a shot to win this game.
Oh no, she's not winning.
I think unfortunately she has way too much heat on her, and she will not survive the final round table.
No, I don't think Phaedra's winning, but I do think she survived this round table.
I do as well. I mean, I feel like Peter played his hand too close. He tried
Hmm.
to get close to every single traitor the minute they were going out the door, and unfortunately, 3 strikes, you're out. It's
Absolutely.
that simple.
Absolutely. And it is what it is. I think Phaedra is going to survive the roundtable. Peter's going to go, but we will find out on Thursday. Oh, oh, let me pull up the draft. Really,
Yes.
nothing has changed because we don't know who's going home yet.
We do know that Kevin is out, though.
Right. So
That's
let me pull
the
that
only
up.
real change
I will
because we
pull.
do
There
not
is a
have
little bit
Kate.
of a change, so I'll pull that up. Let's see who look. Let's see who lost.
I think I drafted Kevin. I want to say that I did. I'm not happy about it.
um, you did. Jack,
Yeah.
you're out.
Am I fully out?
You're full. No, 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 no. You're not fully out. You are holding on with Sheree.
I can see it. I
Yep.
can see her winning.
I
Maybe her and like John, I can see as a faithful duo winning the end game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Trishelle probably goes out. CT probably goes out. There's a
So
chance. There's still a chance.
so as of right now, Lewis is completely out of this draft because he had Bergie, Ekinsu, and Larsa. Done.
Ah,
Brooke is holding on with CT and Phaedra, but not here for a long time. Ooh, Anissa. Anissa had Dan, Parvati, and Peter.
oh, so potentially back to back to back knockouts.
Yeah, yeah. David had Deontay, Janelle, and Sandra, so he's holding on with Sandra only. I had John, Maxim, and Trishelle, so I'm holding on with John and Trishelle. Oh, I can't believe I picked that. Um, Logan is holding on with MJ because he had Bananas and Marcus, and you are holding on with Sheree. So
Yeah. So basically, next episode, we're almost guaranteed a knockout of someone from the draft.
somewhere, somebody's gone. Somewhere. So I mean, Lewis is already knocked out, but somebody else might get knocked out probably. But that's it, y'all. We did it. That was very quick, very short. Like we said, we it really wasn't a whole lot to talk about this episode. But next week, hopefully, we'll have a whole lot more, and we'll be back. Maybe not the same time, but same time, same panel. Maybe more people. Who knows what's gonna
Maybe
happen with
more.
us?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out as the weeks go along. But subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you. If you haven't done it already, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate you watching the videos. I see you. The views are great. We see you all watching it, but hope the views match the subscription. So hit the subscribe button and then the notification bell so you can know when we put out videos because we put out content all the time. If you're a fan of drag or drag race, go support us at our Cup main channel at the Cup Pod. If you're a fan of Eurovision Songs Contest, go support us at the Cup ESC. And we'll hit those notification bells so you'll know when all the stuff comes out. Join our membership here or on Patreon. And follow us on our socials at the Cup Pod or at Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok because we put all our funny moments over there. So go check us out. You can follow me and Jack if you wanna. We're here. You see us. It's down there. When Jack decides to switch again, follow. Go subscribe to Jack's channel. When
Eventually, maybe May. We'll figure it out when I'm back home. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
It'll be a time thing. I'll get to it
Life.
eventually.
It happens. This is what it is. But that's about it. We appreciate you, and we'll be back next week. So, in the meantime, get your cup merch too at Lana Jack's Creations at Etsy.com. And on that note, cheers.
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 So, as I was looking through the notes here,
Mhm.
funnily enough, the only people to get votes at the last 2 banishments were people starting with P.